Jerry?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
Show me the money.
Okay, the last thing I want to talk about with you in the first chapter of this book is this question of what is an agent? Right? So Tom Cruise is a sports agent. You want to sell your house, you use a real estate agent. What is an agent? Well, an agent is someone who acts on behalf of their client to seek out their best interests, right? And so a sports agent goes and tries to get money for his clients. Real estate agent goes and tries to sell a house. Within the context of a firm, right, the agents are the employees and managers of a firm, and the owners are the shareholders, right? So when you go to work, at the pizza place this summer, right, you are acting as the agent of the owner when he or she is not there. They trust you to act in their best interests. So, and we know that people aren't always aligned with their best interests, right? And actually, if you look up, I looked up agency theory because this book chapter, it gives you a nice little example, but I love a diagram, so I like this. So let's see, I like this one. See if I can get it big. Okay, so I like this diagram here. So you have the principal, which is the owner of a company, or in a corporate setting, it's the shareholders, right? So the principal has their own self-interest, right? So they want to make money, they want to make the world a better place, whatever it is they want to do. They want to get a reputation for having the best pizza in town, whatever it is that their self-interest is. Let's just simplify it and say their interest is maximizing the value of their net worth and the company that they own. Now, principal hires an agent who also is self-interested, right? So, if you're managing a division in a company, you want to make as much money as you can. You want to get some political power, maybe. You want to, I don't know what somebody in a company might want, but it's not necessarily the same as what the principal wants. Maybe people are in companies and they're interested in having their own little fiefdoms. Maybe people are in companies and they're interested in doing as little work as possible and getting away with it. The George Costanzas of the world, right? And so the question of how to align the self-interests of the principals and the agents it's something that's important in human resource management. It's important in organizational design. And so that's kind of the foundation of this question. So your book has this little example of a guy that gets hired to mow lawns, and so that's he's without somebody watching over his shoulder, he's motivated to slack off. This is the joy of small business ownership. But it's a much bigger problem than that, right? And so within larger companies, or within any company, you got to find a way to align the self-interests of the agents and the principals. And one of the ways that is done in a corporate setting, if I can scroll down to it, is to look at compensation packages, right? So when you get up above like the entry level, more and more of your compensation is going to come in the form of bonuses, perhaps. Bonuses that are related to the profitability of the company. So let's say you're a middle management, finance manager, your base salary is $90,000. And then it's expected that you're going to have a bonus of up to 30% of that base salary based on certain targets being hit. So that's a way that companies can align the interest of owners and employees through the compensation mechanism. Another way, which is mentioned here, and I just kind of want to explain what a stock option is, because you guys might not know, right? So stocks, as I'm sure you do know, are sold on the public markets. And if a company is doing well, hypothetically, the stock price should reflect the performance and long-term prospects of the company. So a stock option is provided to a senior manager, and these are usually things that are given out either to very senior level managers or to people in like startup situations. So a stock option is provided as part of a compensation, and that share of stock is quoted at an option price. So at any day, you would have the option to buy that share of stock at a particular price. And, let's say the particular price is set. So let's say you work for a large corporation and you have a stock option which entitles you to purchase stock in that company at $50 a share. And the stock price goes up on the market, let's say to $100 a share. You can go ahead and buy a bunch of stock at $50 a share and then sell it at $100 if you wanted to and make a nice profit. So that becomes a significant part of executive compensation. So that's what stock options are. And I just kind of wanted to give a little context to this paragraph right here towards the end of the chapter. And honestly, that's all I've got to say about the material in Chapter 1. You are ready to go ahead and do the concept check homework for this chapter. There's nothing particularly quantitative about it, right? It's all just a bunch of concepts. So you're ready to go ahead and do that, and then we'll move on to Chapter 2, which is sort of a review of financial accounting. So we'll see you in Chapter 2.